I mean, speaking of Glad, one of the other
Mhm.
big news that came up this week in well, we're shifting towards the Philippine
Yeah,
side of things now.
right.
This was something that I honestly didn't expect,
Mm.
um, but let's talk about it. So, Tab Baldwin,
Mm.
Coach Tab Baldwin, the great coach Tab Baldwin,
Yep.
was extended by Ateneo for 3 more years after this
Three
one.
more
So
years. Yeah.
his contract was expiring at the end of this season,
Hmm.
right? And there
Yeah.
were rumors, there were a lot of talk that it was a win or bust for him, essentially,
Yeah.
championship or bust, right?
Right.
And we'll talk about that today in a little bit. But
Hmm.
what do you think about this extension for
This is the right
in
move.
general?
It's just logically the right move, you know. Um, Tab Baldwin is, I mean, let's just say he's one of the great coaches in Philippine basketball, especially, in college basketball. Um, and being able to sign him for 3 years ensures that there's going to be continuity in the program, which is so important because that's basically how that's basically how Ateneo has been successful with the continuity. Um, with continuity comes, when you have um, that smoothness of that room for improvement every single year. We've seen it happen in the past. Um, let's even go back to when we were in high school. Like, they brought in Coach Joe Lipa to pretty much fix the program. He was there with us for 3 years. We improved continuously. And once his term expired, it was Coach Joel Banal who led us to the championship. All right, and then fast forward to a few years, Coach Norman. First 3 years, we didn't win the title, and then we had that five-peat. So, as long as there's continuity in the program, Tab Baldwin's the same thing. 2016, that heartbreaking finals against LaSalle, and then um, it was a steady improvement. And then our players graduated 2022, 2023. Um, we had that really, rebuilding season last year. So I'm very optimistic. This is a good move. This is the right move that Ateneo did, to renew his contract for 3 more years.
I'm so glad you glossed over the Bo Perasol era
Oh,
after November. I know we don't talk about that too
we
much.
didn't
You
really
should,
talk about that.
you know,
Yeah.
that's kind of that kind of didn't happen. I mean,
Right.
I'll talk about Sam Baldwin in a bit, but it's that
I
era
mean,
has got to be one of the more disappointing eras in
yeah,
Ateneo
no,
basketball
no,
history.
no offense to Coach Bo. We thank him for those few years that he coached Ateneo between Coach Norman and Coach Tab. But it was just a system that didn't really, work for us. It was like give the ball to Kiefer Ravena and get the hell out of his way.
Right?
And yeah,
That was the most disappointing part of it.
yeah,
He wasted Kiefer Ravena.
yeah.
And you expect someone and
At the
it,
time, yeah,
I'm in the thought that Kiefer Ravena is one of the Ateneo
right,
goats, right?
right, yeah.
Just because what he accomplished in high school, what he
Oh
accomplished in
yeah,
college as a whole, right?
yeah.
As a whole, his tenure
Mm,
as an Ateneo Blue Eagle is up there really, right?
mm,
And then you were expecting him to be that guy in college, which he was,
yeah. Mm.
but you had that transition between Coach Norman and Coach Bo that just was that was
Yeah,
horrible.
and
Really,
it
I
didn't
think it
work.
was a
Yeah.
I think the playing years of Kiefer Navena was wasted.
Mm. Yeah.
He could have
And
won
it
a couple more championships.
yeah, it came at a time when, your roster wasn't exactly bad. There was a time when we still had Von Pesumal. We still had Chris Newsom. We still had Ryan Buenafe for a few more years.
The goat,
You
right?
know, it's like, yeah, man, it's
that was.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why we don't like talking about that.
Right.
That was disappointing for the
Mm.
talent that was on that team.
Yeah.
How that run ended essentially. But look,
Right.
if you're going back to Coach, I never really looked at it the way you describe it. Right? Yeah,
Mm.
that's the era that we kind of grew up in because
Yeah.
there's a period of darkness, right, with Ateneo
Yeah.
after those back-to-back championships in the 80s, and
Yeah.
then coming back to
Mm.
Joe Lipa, who essentially revived it, right?
Yeah.
And then we know MVP came along, and this is where we are right now with
Right.
MVP's guidance as well. So,
Mm.
yeah, look, you you kind of hit the nail on the head here. So, Coach Tab Baldwin is one of the best coaches that Ateneo has ever had,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
You can make an argument that it's between him and Coach Norman, right?
Yeah.
But
Mm.
I think I gotta give it to Coach Tab just because of the unbeaten season, number one,
Right. Oh yeah.
and
The
it,
perfect season. Yeah. Mm.
right, the perfect season, and I gotta give it to him because of how the team was more of something you developed versus something you recruited,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
That team had to be molded into what
Mm.
it was in that
Yep.
system, and that's why I kind of give the a little bit of edge. No disrespect to Coach Norman, obviously, but
Mm.
if I had to choose, that's how I would take it, right? And yes, this is the best move. This is the right move,
Mm.
keeping Tab Baldwin not just in Katipunan but in the Philippines as well,
Yeah.
because there were rumors that he was going to go back here, New Zealand.
Yep.
He might go to Indonesia. I mean, look,
Mm.
losing Tab Baldwin would be a big blow to Philippine basketball. We talked about
Not
the
just Ateneo.
influence of
Philippine
foreign coaches.
basketball. Right.
Not just Ateneo, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the influence of someone like that in the game, where he's
Mm.
pushed the envelope pretty much just to get the innovation rolling. Really,
Yeah.
we won't have this LaSalle team. We won't have this UP team this strong if it weren't for what Ateneo did in that
Mm.
Top Baldwin tenure that we
Yeah.
just said, right?
Yeah.
And I know that we're gonna talk about the UAP in a little bit, but the 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 style and the philosophy that Coach Tab has instilled, I think is one of the most important junctions in Philippine basketball because it showed us,
Right.
right? It showed Philippine fans that it's not always about superstar play. It's not always
Right.
about
Yeah.
give it to the best player and go. It's not always about that.
Yeah.
There's another
Mm.
style of play out there. There's a better way of playing basketball, the right way of playing basketball,
Mm.
really. And I think that's one of the most important lessons that Coach Tab has instilled in everyone. And I'm
Right.
so happy that he's going to be coaching our team for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Just, not just because of the system, but because of the recruitment as well. We're
Oh
gonna talk
yeah.
about it in a
Mm.
bit. But
Yep.
Kimani Ladi, one of the is turning out to be a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we'll see what happens with Ateneo this season.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go right to it, right? So Ateneo is currently 2-0,
They're
leading
two
the
no. Yeah.
standings in the UAP, right?
Right.
The first win against FEU, which was they kind of came from behind a little bit
Yeah.
there.
Uh-huh.
um, and then the close one against UE. But the common
Mm-hmm.
factor has been constant. Kimani
Yeah.
Ladi has been great, man. What do you think about that?
I'm glad that Ateneo's wins came off of two nail biters because that builds character. That builds character, especially with the other guys. Like like you mentioned, there's a team that's rebuilt last year, and now we're kind of we're kind of learning the system. So I'm glad that that those two wins are not just they're not just come from behind wins, but they're character building wins. It'll build character with the boys, and I have to give props to our point guard man, Jared Bahay. He's like Coach Tab has put and the community of Ateneo has put a lot of expectation on him coming from high school. And now Coach Tab really is depending on him a lot for for leadership. He's the point guard. He's the floor leader, and he's been pretty excellent these two games for Ateneo, making the right plays, making the right decisions, um, hitting open shots. And yeah, with that being said, and his if his leadership, if his leadership is right there, then I think we'll go places. It's gonna be pretty successful.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be key, right? Because he's a full 5 year guy. Well, we'll see
Yeah,
if that's gonna be the case, but he's got the full eligibility going on for himself
yeah,
right now. He did a transfer or whatever. He has the full 5 years with Ateneo if he chooses to do that. And yeah, you kind of mentioned the expectations on him. There was a lot of disappointment with him last year. Obviously, there were I could see some friction between him and Coach Sam
hmm,
really,
yeah,
because Jared doesn't. Well, at least last year, right? He kind of wasn't in that system flow of games. But yeah, as you mentioned, if he hits shots, right, the leadership that he
yeah,
provides is key, and he did hit a lot of great shots in that first game. He's one of
right,
the reasons why they won, really,
yeah,
because yeah, his 3 pointers were on point. For someone who's dude's 5'9", man. He's
yeah,
not the biggest guy there,
yeah,
and just I can't imagine how he gets that shot off against taller defenders. But
hmm,
the as long as he provides that steady presence, the scoring is
right,
gonna come. Right.
yeah,
This team has 3-1 and duns right now,
hmm.
and we mentioned
Wait,
Laddie.
three? Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they have
Ladi's
three.
one of them. Who's the other
So
two?
so Dom Escobar is another one.
Oh, Escobar.
Yeah,
Okay,
Escobar is another one, and Jaden Lazo is the other one. So
and
they
Lazo.
they they all
Mm.
had great first games.
Oh yeah,
So it's really a good sign if those three
mm,
get going a lot. And obviously
yeah,
Jared Bahay was great in that first game as well.
mm,
So I think from a contender perspective, uh, we have yet to see what this team is capable of right now. Let's
yeah,
let's temper our expectations about this
yeah,
2-0
yeah,
start. Just like I
yeah,
would like to temper expectations about the Niners 3-0 start.
right.
Let's they USD sorry, FEU and UE definitely
Mhm.
aren't um, contenders, right? They're not what you consider
Mhm.
the top-notch teams right now in the season,
Right.
in the UAP
And
season.
yeah,
So
and also you can make a case, that I know, on the talent, you know, from a talent standpoint, Ateneo is not the most talented team in the league. You have to give that to LaSalle and to a certain extent UP. But also, we were talking about this earlier. You got to remember that in 2019, when we won the championship, there were zero Ateneo players on the Mythical Five that year. So it just says a lot about Tab's system, and how when players adapt to it and players master it and perfect it. It's the right way to play, like you mentioned.
yeah, and here's the thing, right?
Mhm.
In Tab we trust really. That's the
Yeah.
key here. That's the
Oh
key.
yeah. Mhm.
We know the coaching of Ateneo will always be top notch, just because Tab
Right.
Wildman is there,
Yeah.
right? So as long as the system is used, as long as the players play in a certain way that Tab wants them to be, I think this team is still going to be competitive, given the fact that they really have three
Yeah.
legit gunners right now, right? And you have those other players in the team that are going to be developing under this system. And again,
Right. Hmm.
there's a lot of new blood that's going to
Hmm.
come in the future, right? So this team is still, I believe, in the rebuilding phase.
Hmm.
Although we can give them a good chance. I think the expectation for me personally is Final Four appearance, at least for
Yeah.
this team,
At least Final Four.
um,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
There's gonna be, we'll see what happens with, again, the two contenders are UP and LaSalle right now. Although UP
Right.
is surprisingly 0-2,
Uh.
and
Yeah.
LaSalle had to claw back as well in their first win. So let's
Again,
not forget
Adamson. Yeah.
about that. So LaSalle had to
Yeah.
claw
Hmm.
claw their way back as well. But
Hmm.
look, Jacob Cortez is legit. I think
Oh yeah.
he's gonna be really good for them.
Yeah.
LaSalle is deep. They're well coached,
Right.
and, and they're definitely in the driver's seat, in my opinion. As much as I hate to say it, but UP, I want to talk about UP. That's the 0-2 has been very surprising. What are your thoughts about how the UP Fighting Maroons started their season?
I mean, yeah, they did lose their first game, and then they lost they lost on a, was it a buzzer beater? Um, their second
Yeah, kind
game,
of a late
yeah, kind
shot.
of
Yeah,
late,
so
yeah,
yeah,
late
it's
game,
on the three.
game winner. So, I don't know. They, like you mentioned, to a certain extent, they're one of the more talented teams in the league, but you can see that, I don't know if they're trying to still get a feel for each other and try to work around their system as well. So you're really not seeing that yet with UP. I don't know if it's if that's the case, but I don't expect them, like we mentioned earlier. I don't expect them to finish 12-2, but um, it has to be a wake up call for them. To after dropping your first two games, and given the high expectations for them as well.
Well, what's funny about that UP loss, the second one, was they got beat
Mm.
by a guy named Ray Allen Torres. That's the
Ray
guy at the
Allen
three for
Torres,
that's the
yeah,
guy at the three for Adamson. But look,
and LaSalle has LeBron James diet.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
We got
yeah.
we got the NBA names coming up
Yeah.
soon. But look,
Ray Allen Torres, yeah.
Ray
Yep.
Allen Torres versus LeBron James Dime is the
Yeah.
matchup we want to see.
Yeah.
But look, UP. I think the problem with UP, right, is they just hoarded talent, man.
Yeah.
They just put everyone together and expect them to gel. This kind
Yeah.
of feels like the 2004 or 2013 Lakers, where you just
Just put talent.
assemble
Yeah.
everyone together without any
Yeah.
care for chemistry,
Right.
right? Because look, UP has deep pockets, man. UP has
Yeah.
deep pockets.
Oh, they do. Yeah. Yeah.
People talk about Ateneo's recruiting. People talk about
Right.
LaSalle's recruiting, but bro, UP's got congressman money, bro.
Yeah.
You you got contractor money.
Yeah.
Okay? UP's pockets are deep. They can get anyone they want, and
Right.
they. I was surprised they didn't even get LeBron James died, but hey,
Yeah.
anyway, but they're just they're just funded really well, and I think this highlights the fact that they gotta think about, if you're UB, you gotta think about the fit of each of these people that you're
Right.
recruiting, right? It's
Yeah.
not just about recruiting the best talent out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's about putting a good team around your
Yeah.
best players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Is their coach still Goldwin?
Yeah, coach.
Yeah.
Their coach is still
Mm.
they're still golden. And I
Yeah.
mean, look, I mean, you can say what you want, but uh, that guy has coached winners, right,
Yeah.
across the board, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, he's
Mm.
always coached a stacked team,
He has coached the stack team always. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
he has to actually manage.
Yeah.
He has to actually manage a good. He has to manage personalities. He has to manage a fit. Let's see what happens. This is a good
Yeah.
test for him, because look,
Yeah.
when they won the championship, they were really they were really good. They
Right.
got the best
Yeah.
players. They got the tallest team.
Yep.
But again, he was obviously relying on his stars a lot. And
Right.
let's see what happens when he actually has to manage this roster that he has. Because look,
Yep.
they got Ray Remogat was one of the most prized recruits in this class, and he's struggling.
Yeah.
He's struggling because he doesn't really fit in what UP's trying to do,
Right.
right? But Ray Remogat is a talented guy, and
Yeah.
he's gonna figure it out eventually. But chemistry is the question for this UP team. If they're gonna turn this
Right.
around, they have to find that chemistry, and
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, look, from a coaching perspective, their coach has pedigree, a good coaching
Yep.
pedigree, but
Mhm.
let's see what happens there. So predictions. Do we want to do predictions in this one?
Ooh,
Is it too early? Obviously, it's still the first week of the season.
might be, yeah,
What's
might
your
be a
early
little bit
prediction?
early.
What's your early prediction
Early.
here as to what the finals would look like? Let's go with that.
I'll say Ateneo is gonna be in the Final Four definitely. That's a prediction for me. I would predict the Final Four. I no particular order, but I would say LaSalle. It would be LaSalle, Ateneo, UP, and UST.
Yeah, I think USC is gonna be in there.
UST
Um,
is pretty solid too. And looking at their win, their opening day win. So yeah, I think they're contenders. They're pretty solid. But yeah, I think Ateneo, LaSalle, UP, UST would be a Final Four that
yeah,
we're
one
looking
thing
at. Yep.
people don't talk about too much as well is USD is very. They got deep pockets as well. They got Al Francis Chua helping them out there,
Yeah. Yep.
so you can expect a lot of SMC money funneling towards that program.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if I were to guess, that's probably what I'm gonna go with as well. It's gonna
Mhm.
be USD Ateneo,
Uh-huh.
uh, La Salle and
Yeah.
UP.
And
Um,
if not UST, probably either NU or FEU would, you know,
I would say the dark horse there's Adamson. I think
Adamson.
Adamson's gonna be the dark
Yeah.
horse.
Mhm.
But look, excuse me. So look, it's the programs with deep pockets are always the ones that
Is
are
is
gonna have an
NU still
advantage.
is NU still funded by SM?
I'm not even sure. I'm not
Yeah.
even sure.
Because
But
I know, like, remember how, how NU used to be? NU used to be like at the bottom of the standings every single year, and then Henry C, I think, bought NU, and then that's when they turned their program around.
yeah, but look, it's the early goings, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, look, Ateneo's
Hmm.
played 2 games, but the rest of the field, half of the
Hmm.
field hasn't even played their second game yet.
Right.
So let's see what happens. But like those are my four final four teams as
Yeah.
well.
Hmm.
I expect this to be. I expect the South to pick it up soon. I
Yeah.
expect them to.
Hmm.
They're probably the team to beat in this tournament.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll see if UP picks it up as well.
Dude,
Cool.
it will be another dream if Ateneo and LaSalle face each other in the finals.
I'm honestly gonna be scared of that proposition
Yeah, it's
because of
gonna
how
be scary.
strong
Yeah.
LaSalle is.
Yeah.
But obviously,
Yeah.
it's something that is gonna
Mm.
be great to
But
watch.
man, if we could neutralize a Ben Mbala under Tab Baldwin, you know?
Here's the problem with Ateneo that we kind of forgot to say was
Uh,
so they're playing with the handicap right now. So their foreign student athlete Divine
oh,
Adili was great in the
Divine
preseason.
Adili. Yeah,
He was great in the preseason, but he's
he's hurt.
apparently injured right now.
Hmm.
So we'll see what happens with his health. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's gonna be a key to what they're doing,
right.
and of course, his size is gonna give them at least a little bit of
Hmm.
breathing room against these other bigger teams.
Yeah.
But if he can get that healthy, the rumors are it's a back issue, so we
Mm.
might not be expecting a lot from him this year.
Right.
But hey, in Tab we trust, right? That's always
Yeah.
been the motto with this team so
Oh
far.
yeah.
So
Mm.
in Tab we trust, the Ateneo community fully trusts Tab Baldwin.
Right.
And yeah, we're just I'm gonna watch, man. I'm actually gonna subscribe to. I
Yeah.
want to watch these games for real.
Filipinas live.
So
Yeah.
I'm tired of hunting for streams.
Yeah.
So let's go and
Right.
watch these games and we can
Right.
talk about it even more.
Yeah.
Right.